What's up guys? River and Allison here with Riv and Al. We actually just shot this video and the mic wasn't on the entire time. We shot like 20 minutes worth of video, no microphone. So we were like, ugh. And if any of you are creators, you know that struggle. But anyway, today we wanted to talk about dating and relationships and a little preview into Allison and I's marriage and thoughts. But like, this actually came from an observation yesterday.
We decided to go to lunch on Friday, kind of take a little break from the day, and we went to this place called Three Greens, which is super, super yummy for any of you in Chicago. It's so good.
Burgers, awesome,
yeah,
awesome.
Really good. And there was a woman that was sitting next to us, clearly like waiting for somebody, and this guy showed up, and the first thing he said was, "Oh, you look just like your Tinder picture." I didn't hear this interaction, but I heard like the conversation after, and they were clearly like first daters. But when we left, River was like, "Did you hear what that guy said when he came up to the table?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, said like, "Oh, you look like your Tinder picture." And like, apparently she just had like this mortified look on her face.
I saw the whole thing in the corner of my eye, and like I heard him start to say this, and she was like, immediately her head was on a swivel looking around to see like who just heard that, and I did. It's an interesting perspective and an interesting thought to talk about online dating. And we walked out of the restaurant heading back to work, and we're like, do people even meet in real life anymore or anything like that? Allison and I, we met in real life. We didn't do online dating to meet or anything. If you guys haven't seen our story, I'll put an annotation in the corner and the link below. You can check it out. We've done a couple different videos on it. But our story is really cute, and how we've met and in person and interactions.
Might be biased.
We might be biased.
But yeah, I mean, like, I feel like anytime I ask one of our coworkers, they'll tell me about like a date or something like that, and I'm like, "Oh, how'd you meet them?" They always say like the name of an app. It's always a dating app. Like, no, it's never like a friend of a friend, or like I met them at this store or the bar or like a coffee shop. Like, it's never that. It's always some sort of dating app.
And I think what we wanted to discuss today in today's video is, how have you met your significant others? Like, how have you chosen to date people? Like, are you meeting people the old-fashioned way, or are you using online dating services? There are a million of them out there, but this is not meant to take a side or a for or against online dating, but we're just more curious and want to facilitate a conversation about healthy interactions, healthy relationships, you know, stuff like that. But first, I want to give you guys some statistics. So this is from Reuters, the Herald News, and Washington Post, and there's some interesting statistics about online dating in here. So first off is there are 54.2 million single people in the US alone. Of those single people, 49.2 million of them are using online dating sites. That is a huge majority, huge. Of those, it is a $1.7 billion industry. Billion dollar industry.
That blows my mind. That's so much money that people are profiting off of people trying to find love.
Find love, just let love happen. But here's some other interesting stuff. So people who meet online, okay, and this is on average, these are statistics. People who have an average length of courtship before they get married, so meaning like they're dating. Online people, so people that meet online, 18.5 months. They date for 18 and a half months before they get married. Now, the average length of time for people that don't meet online before they get married, 42 months.
It's like almost 4 years.
Over double the amount of time that people like meet traditionally offline before they get married. And that's just so interesting. Like, I don't know if that has to do with like, are people older who are dating online, and so that's why they're like looking to get married, and so like that's, I don't know the perception there, but 52% of people that are online are male, while 52.4 are male, 47.6 are female. So it's a little bit more male, but relatively even. There's like a ton of really scary statistics in here, like people that believe in love at first sight, people who have sex on the first date. There's like a lot. I'll put a link to this article below if you're interested. There's also a statistic about like sex offenders that use online dating.
Oh my gosh.
And it says 10%.
Okay.
I say only 10%, but those people are like, you know, but like interesting. But here's some extra facts that I think set the table really well for our discussion. And that is a woman's desirability for online, okay? Meaning people are looking at her and she is the most desirable. And this sounds like weird, like to talk about it this way, but there's statistics, like, is when she's 21 years old, okay?
That's a little creepy to me.
On average, it is way creepy.
A little creepy.
At age 26, a woman will have more online pursuers than men. So what that means is if we were both online, when Allison is 26 years old, she, statistically speaking, would have more people looking to date her than me as a male, if I was the same age. Then, by 48 years old, men have twice as many online pursuers as women do. So I guess if you're like a silver fox or something, that's the women are going after you. So guys, you just have to wait until you're 48. But then here's the last few statistics that I will give you before we get into our discussion. The things that men lie about the most in online dating: age, height, and income.
That makes sense to me.
So age, height, and income. Wow, women, the three things that women lie the most about are weight, physical build, and age.
Again, makes sense to me.
So we just wanted to open up this forum. Like I said, like, it's a discussion. Leave your comments in the comment section below of like your thoughts. Like, we are not for or against it. Like, as long as people are having healthy interactions, safe interactions with people. But this rise in online dating and all of these people that meet online does raise some interesting points. So like we said, Allison and I met in person, in real life, and have had that interaction. But there's something to be said about, let's call it a skill, of being able to like approach someone in a healthy manner, in a respectful manner, and hold a casual conversation. And, you know, if that turns into something else, even if you may be an angle, you know, like, oh, you think this, you know, I think a girl was really pretty at the bar back when I was single and I wanted to approach her, and, you know, ultimately, yeah, I'd love to take her on a date and get to know her, but, you know, how do you do that? And with that many people, you know, meeting online, that it's a two-edged sword to me, right? Like, everyone there is there for the same reason, in the sense that like they're looking to date, right? So it kind of takes the awkwardness out of trying to meet someone in person and people's fear of rejection and things like that. Now, people are still getting rejected online. Do not make no mistake about that. But, you know, that person could be in a relationship that if you're approaching them, they could just be not interested. They just maybe aren't looking for your type, right? Or something like that. There's a million things that can go on. But having that skill of being able to approach someone and just talk to them is a thing that you need in your whole life, you know, professionally. How many people do you know, if like something was wrong, or you know, maybe someone shortchanged them or something like that, and they like aren't comfortable talking to them and saying like, you know, talking to a stranger about like, hey, like I actually need this thing, because they're just uncomfortable to talk to people. Like, I don't know if online dating perpetuates that or not, but it is sort of interesting.
And I definitely think there's a big difference between online dating and some of the dating apps. I'm sure a lot of strong and healthy relationships have started on those apps, but I feel like it's just like almost, especially with like the younger crowd, I feel like it's replacing those organic like meetings, especially when you're in college. Like, you're around so many people that are your age, and like, yeah, I know the perception of college, like hook up and everything, but like, you can like really actually date in college. You're surrounded by people your age. It's like I feel like the easiest times to date, because you're immersed in so many people that are the same age as you. Like, well, having those apps take the place of like those organic, like,
we could do a whole nother video on this, but like, we have a huge problem in this country with hookup culture, and people, young people in particular, their perspective of sexual interaction and sexuality and things like that. There's like a whole nother topic that I could talk on forever, because, you know, sexual assault is real, but I also know that there are people who claim those types of aggression and they're looking for attention or trying to get someone in trouble. Like, but it's all, again, comes back to the perception of sexuality and healthy interactions that could avoid those situations. But I digress. Obviously, there are tons of online dating apps out there that, like we've been saying, like we would endorse, we would say, like, go ahead and try those, the eHarmonies, the Match.coms, stuff like that have tons of users that, you know, analyze lots of layers of your thinking, what you care about, what you don't care about, then try to match you. The things like Tinder or like, I don't even know, that like you're pretty much just matching based on, you know, does this person look appealing? Does this person attractive? Whatever. And like, it's really one of those situations like you get out of it what you put into it. You know, whether that's a actual real life interaction of, you know, talking to someone and caring, to getting to know them and build that trust, right? If you are going into something looking just to hook up or do whatever, like, and when it goes to crap and doesn't work out, or, you know, God forbid you get in a bad or dangerous situation, like, you are, you know, I'm not saying like anybody ever asks to be assaulted or anything like that. Absolutely not.
No.
But like, you got to understand the risk involved in that, not actually getting to know someone and you're just trying to look for some sort of interaction. So, you know, there are sites out there like that help profile, like, what are you looking to get out of this? You know, like I think Tinder is like what we've talked about. There's the Match, the eHarmonies, where you're trying to get to know people on a deeper level. There's also the sites like we used to see when we were engaged, like farmersonly.com, you know, like if that's the type of person you're looking for and that's the type of user, I mean, like, it sort of narrows it down for you, right? Like that's what you're using. There's also sites, you know, that in no way actually for me personally do I endorse, but like the ashleymadisons.com, right? Like that's, I think the demographic that they're looking for there is like wealthy men looking for younger women, and those wealthy men happen to be married. So they're looking for whatever. But
crazy.
And if you guys use those, I don't mean to offend anybody by this video, but like, there are perception problems, right? And I have some of those perceptions. You have some of those perceptions. I think what actually kicked off this whole video was we heard that woman and that guy say, oh yeah, you look just like your Tinder profile. And immediately to us, and obviously that woman too, we were like, oh, like, why would you say that? Because like people think they need to keep it secret, but like, I don't think you do. I don't think you need to keep secret how you actually met someone, because if you're one of those people that believes that there is someone out there in the world for you, the internet is such an amazing thing at connecting people and information together that the internet can be the conduit, like the pipe, the method that you interact with those people that maybe otherwise you never would have met.
Yeah, and I think like River said, having the internet bring people together is amazing, but I think it's important, especially when you're looking for a relationship, to kind of build off of that with actual like organic meetings and dates and coffees and like as much as you can, like not just having something solely based online or through technology communication, whatever it may be.
I almost would like to see those stats in the beginning, like the next level of them, right? So it said the people that meet offline takes 42 months to get married, right? So like 10, 15, 20 years later, like, are they still married? And the ones that met and married online and got, you know, like 18 and a half months, you know, 10, 15, 20 years later, are those people still married? That would be an interesting statistic to me.
I bet they're similar, honestly.
Maybe.
I bet they are.
You know,
like, I know a lot of relationships that are really great relationships that led to marriage that started online.
It's very true. I know very many as well.
But I bet they even out.
Probably.
In the later.
That's probably
like,
true.
Like as years go on.
And online dating is not just for older people too, you know? I mean, obviously when you get into the real world and you're working and you're not in like the colleges or high schools or stuff like that where you're constantly surrounded by people of, you know, similar likes or dislikes or age or whatever, it does become more difficult to meet people. And part of that is, like we were talking about earlier, if you're not an outgoing person, you know, like you may have to resort to something like online dating just to like take that pressure off of a cold interaction. What I mean by that is like walking up to someone in a bar whom you don't know and like starting a conversation. Like I can understand that can be totally terrifying for someone. And you know, I'm the type of person where I can talk to anybody on the street or anywhere about anything. Allison, on the other hand, like I'm not sure that you possess that same attribute.
Yeah. No. Well, it depends. If I'm by myself and like at an event, I get nervous, so then I will just start talking to people because I'm so nervous. But like way back in like the dating scene, like I would not approach anyone. Like I was not the one to approach anyone. No.
And if you look in our story in that video in the description below, I kind of was picking that up about Allison and the method in which I asked Allison out, and like we went on our first date. Like it was very platonic, but it was like a launch point for us. Like, and obviously it worked.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it's a skill that you have to obtain and work on, and you could use for the rest of your life. But you know, it all comes down to healthy relationships, healthy friendships first and foremost. Like Allison is my best friend, you know? She's my best friend, and we obviously hang out a lot together. Allison and I in particular, more than most people who are married, like we work in the same building. We go to work together. We obviously live together. Like all of these things, like we see each other a lot, and some of our friends have even been like, isn't that like a lot? Like you don't get a lot of time apart. And I think what's great about us is like, yeah, we definitely love to spend time together and go do fun stuff and be together. But we also don't have a problem if like our friends want to hang out, my friends want to hang out with me, or Allison's friends want to hang out with her. Like, go do your own thing. You know what I mean? Like we are just comfortable in that in our relationship and trust each other. But that's really what it comes down to is trust and friendship and having those connections, especially before any other sort of interaction that you might do in a relationship. So that's just kind of our thoughts on it. Let us know your thoughts on online dating. We've been talking at you a lot in this video and giving our thoughts, but let's hear yours. Leave them in the comment section below. Have any of you tried online dating? If you're willing to share that, you do not feel like you need to share any of that type of personal information, but
also don't be ashamed of it.
Right.
A lot of people do, like the stats say, a lot of people do online dating, and it's perfectly fine to meet people online.
Just be safe.
So acceptable. Yeah, just be safe. But like, don't be ashamed of online dating.
Right, exactly.
You're just trying to find love.
Just trying to find love.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching today and just listening in on our discussion. And like Robert said, please leave comments below, just your thoughts. Again, not for or against or anything negative here. We're just having a very like interesting discussion. Well, a discussion that we thought was interesting. So yeah, leave your comments. If you liked this video, hit a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of our vlogs and other videos to come, hit that subscribe button.
And right next to that subscribe button, if you are subscribed, there'll be a little bell. If you click that bell, you'll get notifications every single time one of our videos post.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
It's actually kind of nice. So if you like us and we like you guys, let's start a relationship here, huh?
Ah, look at that, full circle.
But no guys, thanks a lot, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.